Acolytes. Pokimane did an oopsie. Again. Who would have thought? Somebody who does an oopsie on a regular basis did an oopsie again. And I think this gonna be... I mean, as predicted, things will just be at some point and Pokimane will repeat, do something that everybody actually gets enraged about. But the thing about Pokimane right now is she basically turns 30 in, I think at least. She's definitively running out of time to actually get her, fan base that's, following her because of the body type that she represents. This will end. So right now she just has to push as much as she can before the time actually runs out. That's what I assume. Not that it's a freaking scholarly thing that I am saying here. It's just, if you think about it for 5 seconds, you can probably come to the same conclusion. But let's see what Reft has to say about it.
Hey, what's up guys, Reft here. So today we're going to be talking about Pokimane, and as her tier 3 simps desperately reach for the dislike button on this video, just know before you leave that she's never going to notice you. Okay, so why are we talking about Pokimane today? Well, she's doing what she does best, and that is basically every month or so, she comes out with the worst take imaginable. She gets dunked on social media, and then she immediately plays the victim for a scenario that she created for herself. Yes. And today is following that exact pattern. Now, talking about Pokimane...
Yeah, I mean, that's just how it works, so... Yeah,
Pokimane is always a risk, at least on YouTube. They definitely have it out for people who criticize her. Just ask It's a Gundam. He's been hit many times over the years, including today for daring to talk about her. He got hit with a demonetized video here for inappropriate language where he said, Pokimane is my future ex-wife, and then got hit with harmful acts and unreliable claims, playing a clip of someone eating her cookies and then choking on it. Yeah, very suspicious stuff. I can speak from experience as well. I've made 3 or 4 videos on Pokimane over the years, and my first one got hit with an age restriction within minutes of going live, and it was manually detected. So someone was literally searching for this stuff, and also on top of that, I was given no reason for the age restriction. And of all the videos on my channel to get age restricted, that was one that definitely did not warrant anything.
I mean, yeah, this is... But for F's sake, Ref, you're longer in this game than me. And I just say it like this. I would have expected this. As long as there is some kind of skin in it, you probably get trouble. I don't expect this freaking thing or this video to not be restricted in some kind of way. I probably will try it, but doubt it.
But a very curious pattern nonetheless. So what is the take that everyone is talking about right now on social media? Well, it comes from this clip right here where she calls out rich people. Yes, the multi-millionaire streamer is calling out the rich.
Do you think someday we'll have a revolution like that in America? Right? It's getting there, right?
You already have one.
Another one.
What's going on?
The wealth disparity is getting bad.
The wage gap, I hate that shit.
No, wealth disparity.
Wealth disparity.
Wage gap is like between men and women. Men and women, we love each other.
Facts.
And we hate the rich.
Oh, for F's sake, she's the one who cried about that women get so unfairly treated everywhere.
Anyway. Too much.
Aren't you the rich?
No.
Yes.
Like the ultra rich, the ultra giga rich, the unnecessarily
You have to clarify.
rich.
They're gonna clip that and it's gonna make you look bad.
Oh.
You gotta say. You gotta.
A very wise man. He already knows what will happen. Respect on that.
I say the billionaires.
The billionaires.
Because you are rich.
The Bezos.
You can't be saying that.
I am. I'm rich in friendship.
Yes.
No, you're rich.
So as you can
You're rich. You don't have any kind of financial worries.
see,
no,
this is Pokimane's attempt at being relatable by saying, us millionaires, we're just like you average Joes. It's the billionaires who are the bad ones. Now, of course, there is a difference between millionaires and billionaires, but to the average Joe, they're all just rich, okay? You're not being relatable as a streamer here. Millionaire streamers like this are in no way relatable to the average person, and you are completely delusional if you think that as a millionaire streamer, you are in any way relatable to the average person. It's completely insane. Now, her take obviously...
I'm gonna just interrupt him right now because I don't see any effective difference between those two. The thing is, the only difference between billionaires and millionaires is that the millionaires have slightly smaller houses, and instead of 6 yachts, they only have 1. Honestly, luxury pure. There isn't really any, in my opinion, effective difference between those two. So, yeah.
Is already just comedically ridiculous. She even got checked by her friend here. But there's also a great layer of hypocrisy here based on her behavior from over the years, where she has shamed people for their wealth. She's also recently espouted how rich she is. And looking at this context, I think it'll be very clear why people have such a polarizing reaction to this clip in particular. So let's start here with her estimated net worth of $6 million. Like, this is the person saying, eat the rich, right? And honestly, just between me and you, the viewer, I'm kind of surprised it's $6 million. I would have thought it was higher than that, but I guess that's all she could squeeze out of the tier 3 simps. But there was another controversy about a year and a half ago with her cookie brand, Mina, however you pronounce it, where people were criticizing the high price of these cookies, and she had this response that really has lived in infamy ever since.
When people are like, oh my god, $28 for cookies? It's 4 bags. That's $7 a bag. I know math is hard when you're an idiot, but like, if you're a broke boy, just say so. Anyway.
By the way, if she just sold her cookies, and was like, yeah, it's a luxury article, of course not everybody will freaking afford it, the entire thing would have gone way better out. Because you don't need cookies to survive. Simple as that. Everybody knows it's a luxury article. Just at least be honest about it.
Yeah, hear that, broke boys? If you don't want to spend an exorbitant amount of money on cookies, you are a broke boy. And just a completely insufferable clip right there. And again, a lot of people were clowning on this back then, and if I played this clip, this video would definitely get nuked. But this is an image you can definitely hear. If you know, you know. But anyways, that wasn't the end of it. So recently she's been getting a lot of flack on social media, beginning with this post right here, where she says, I'm
gonna make it short. She behaves like a child. As simple as that. She behaves like a child that, for F's sake, just...
and has this face. The crop was diabolical right here. I just noticed that's not great. I'm gonna renew my subscription to Pokimane here. I'm gonna do something crazy. I'm gonna join the squad, the defense squad for her. I'm gonna be real, guys. I don't think this post is that bad, and it didn't really warrant such a ferocious response. But unfortunately, this is Pokimane, and people don't like her for many different reasons, and they look for any opportunity to go after her. So it's really not that surprising that people were coming after her, and mainly going after her, saying this was a childish post, that she's too old to be making posts like this. And she would respond directly to those claims, saying this: I got a weird influx of weirdos commenting on my age, lol. To be honest, I find it so dumb. I'm at 28, I'm the happiest, richest, most knowledgeable and self-assured I've ever been, and that only
Yep, 28. And by the way, acting like a child again.
Becomes more true with every year that passes.
And I'm not gonna defend those people who actually just threw toxicity in her direction And we're like, oh, you're behaving because of this, this I am angry thing. No, just if she behaves like a child, you can tell her she behaves like a child, but don't be toxic about it. Because, to be honest, this is what she thrives on. Yes, she wants you to be toxic, so she gets eyes on her. If she gets eyes on her, then it's fine. Then she gets what she wants. So, just, yeah. I know it won't help at the end of the day, but for F's sake, acolytes, if you can, at least you can just think about it, do not do this stuff, and just not give her what she wants. That would be already great.
Now, I'm going to be
Spend
real.
your time better.
This highlighted section right here is some copium, okay? The happiest people in the world don't have to tell you how happy they are, okay? That just makes sense, right?
Yeah.
But she obviously mentions here that she is the richest she's ever been, and then literally, like, one day later, says rich people bad. Like, the levels of hypocrisy here are crazy. But let's read the rest of this tweet where she says, although I don't care about the comments, of course you do. People who say this are lying. As a content creator, if you have any sort of like traction where you have people who want to talk about you negatively consistently,
Yeah.
you do care at some level about comments. It's a
Yes.
matter of how you deal with that and how much it affects you, but everyone
Correctly.
cares. Nobody likes having negative comments made about them. People who say they don't care at all are just lying about it. But again, it's how you respond to stuff. And a lot of people see this as responding directly to comments getting underneath your skin. But she continues saying, I do worry about the impact it has on other girls and women who see this type of harassment, and to them, I want to reassure you that life only gets better. Growing older will not make you miserable, but living your life trying to appease random shitty people definitely will. And this last part, I think, is very true. Okay, trying to live your life appeasing people who will never be happy with you is a very terrible way to go about not just content creation, but life generally. But overall, looking at this statement and then her comments about rich people right afterwards seems very hypocritical to even the most neutral observer of the situation. Now, a lot of her supporters ran to her defense based on this clip, but there is one person in particular who went real hard in defense of Pokimane, and that person is Hasan Piker. Hasan, make the rich.
I think he himself is in a group with people like that, so this makes sense.
Pay Piker. Yeah, this is the greatest image I've ever seen, and of course he'd be the one defending her after her comments about rich people. This is the guy who says make the rich pay while living in a $3 million LA mansion, drives around a $200,000 sports car, and also comes from a family that is very wealthy while trying to cosplay as a socialist, a relatable guy, a member of the working class, just like the average guy working a 9-to-5. But yeah, that's to be expected. But this is the clip in particular where he is defending Pokimane. Let's give this a little bit of a listen.
I think it's because of the closeness that most streamers have to being normal people at a certain point in their lives, as opposed to like a guy who's been a multi-billionaire for the past decade or so.
That's very rich. Now, if you know anything about Hasan Piker, I mean, he comes from a very, very wealthy family. So him trying to say like, we all know what it's like to be a.
If I recall correctly, his father is actually a billionaire, and his uncle is a millionaire. So
streamer, and to have this relatability to the average Joe, it's absolutely insane. And I'll also say this: there is nothing relatable about millionaire streamers, especially financially successful streamers and content creators. They are not relatable to the average Joe. Okay, there's nothing relatable about these types of careers to the average person. There's nothing relatable about it whatsoever. Anyone trying to pretend like it's in any way relatable, they are just coping here. But let's listen on.
Most streamers have a much nicer and much better understanding of what it used to be like when they didn't have fucking money, and therefore have takes like this. You want rich people to have takes like this.
it's funny how in his defense of her comments, he literally calls her rich, and her whole point was that rich people are bad.
Yet the thing is, he just cannot deny it. This is just something that not even his fans will take well for granted if he just says, yeah, rich people bad, but she not rich. Not even his fans will believe that. That's, you can be as brain rotted as you want, but this would be a step too far. No.
It's pretty self-destructive, to say the least. But I'm going to pull back the magician's curtain here and let you guys have some insider info about content creators. Obviously, over the years, I've met a lot of different content creators, including some people in real life. And I can pretty much square every content creator I've met into like two categories, like people who are doing financially well and then content creators who are broke. There's pretty much no in between. It's kind of crazy. And of course, there's some people I've met who are doing really well for themselves through content creation, who are very humble, nice, relatable people. Yes. But there's also some people who walk around like they're Jeff Bezos. Like the arrogance is insane. Like you just wish these people would be a little more humble. But also there's a lot of people who don't have much money, even despite having a very large audience, because they're not disciplined with their money. They don't save. They don't plan for the future.
Yeah, fair enough.
They basically burn through all of this revenue they're earning and think content creation is going to be there forever. Like, here's my advice. If you're an aspiring content creator, I mean, you should probably just quit because it's not a great place to be. But if you are going to do that, treat every video like it's your last, because you never know what's going to happen. This is a very unreliable space to be in, and you should try to save as much as possible. Enjoy your life, but don't go absolutely crazy and act like this stuff is going to be here forever, because it's not. Realistically, no content creation career is ever going to last probably more than 5 years for the overwhelming majority of people. But yeah, that's just my little tangent there. But yeah, definitely some interesting...
I mean, you should always think about it and just reinvest as soon as you can, or as much as you can, so you actually get some passive payouts for it, I would say.
People you meet over the years with content creation, but yeah, in no way is someone like Pokimane even halfway relatable to the average person. I mean, I think that's a very fair thing to say, but of course, in the little cycle we are talking about here with Pokimane, she makes a bad statement publicly, gets dunked on, and what's the final step? Play the victim. Here's her her statement, I should say, about the recent drama she's been in.
It's weird to think about how many people have opinions about me, especially people who've probably like never consumed any of my content.
Well, welcome to content creation. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. A lot of people are going to talk about you all the time, and the more you share out there, the more people are going to say. Like, believe me, I understand. It's not to the level of Pokimane or anyone like that. I have plenty of people watching every single move I make, waiting for something to complain about. That's life. That's the way it is with content creation. You're going to have a very large number of eyes on you from people who also don't like you, and they're looking for any reason to go after you. That's just life.
Oh, yeah.
But to act like this is so surprising after all these years in content creation is a bit of a leap here.
Which is understandable. Like, that's just what happens probably when you're online for so long. But my main point is actually, as much as sometimes it bothers me to feel like my name is known in circles that I don't affiliate with or that are not a part of my community, the upside is sometimes I'll bring such nice people to my defense, and I'm like I'm shocked. My heart is warm.
Yeah, I've seen what it looks like to have some of these people come to her defense. I made a video about Pokimane maybe like 2 months ago that got a lot of attention, and yeah, I've seen what it looks like to have some of these kind souls come to her defense. Plenty of death threats and stuff like that, but again, it's the internet. I'm not blaming her for that sort of stuff. It's just the reality of who she is and the type of people who are very ferociously defending her at all costs. But anyways,
I'm gonna be honest, the thing is, she just purposefully builds up a parasocial relationship between everyone. That's just, and don't get me wrong, you will do it. Like, it goes automatic at some point, but it's just no.
Seeing the cycle here, she made a bad take, and she's gone through the Pokimane cycle of ending up as the victim somehow in this situation. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comments section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. With that,
Yeah, the thing is, it's just, no, I just, there just isn't anything to say here. That's the next drama. She effed up again. She tries to manipulate people. People are actually dumb enough to follow her. I mean, if you just enjoy her entertainment, yeah, fair enough. Just say you enjoy that she entertains you. But don't pretend that she's a morally good person. You're a good person because you want to defend her. That's just disgusting. This woman did a lot of shitty things over the years. And I mean it. A lot of shitty things. If you want to defend her because you find her entertaining, fair enough. Or because you want to look at her because of the way she looks. Also, fair enough. I don't understand it because, well, we're in the era of the internet. You can find, let's just say, hotter creators pretty quickly. But hey, if somebody likes it, he likes the person likes it. And but don't pretend that you defend this woman because she actually needs it. She doesn't. She's a multimillionaire. And she won't ever see you anyway, so as it is, acolytes, good night.